Right, once your frames have dried and you can touch them without getting paint on you, it's time to add some of the antiquing. Now, for the antiquing, I use burnt umber, which is a brown, but it really is up to you what you'd like to use, what color. I prefer the burnt umber, mainly because it's a nice dark color and we can get it off. I'm not, again, very little. We don't need much. Close my tube. Okay. And if you want to, you can sort of water that down just slightly. Oops. With a little bit of water or oil. There we go. I just want to pick up that lid I dropped. There we go. Okay. Now we again going to take our paintbrush. Let me get some of this paint off here. And work the paint into all the crevices, like we did with our ghost, just into those sort of crevices where we're going to get detail. And then you're going to use your cloth, which grab, and you start wiping it off slightly, and you see what's going to happen. You're going to end up with bits of it being darker, and it gives you that really old-fashioned look. I'll do the rest of this one quickly. You can leave your burnt umber on for a couple of minutes and then wipe it off. Don't let it dry completely, because you won't be able to get it to lift slightly. And when you brush over it like that, now you can see unpainted and the painted. There is quite a difference, so it's quite nice to do the little antiquing effect just to get the really old feel about it. So while I do the rest of this one quickly, I want to just get that on there and just gently wipe it off. Now, as I say, we all had different frames, so I'm going to just antique basically most of these just so you can see what the difference will be, how they'll look. Now already you can see the brown has got a different effect on this frame, and when you start wiping it off, you're getting a slightly highlighted color. And then just gently dust it off. Now I'm going to upload four different frames actually that I did, because I had originally shot the DVDs with the big oval frame and done the whole antiquing technique on that DVD as well, when we had the storm and I lost part of the information on that laptop. So we did reshoot all the DVDs, but I have managed to recover some of the older ones. So when I upload, I will upload the other one as well, just so that you can see what the difference was. And again, just gently wipe it. If you want more of your bronze to come through, just... And there again, you can see the difference between the left and the right side. Just want to get this on here. Now again, let your frame dry for an hour or so. While it's drying, of course, you can carry on with your doll. Now in the interim, your fabric glue mixture has been drying, and I want to show you just a little bit of what it actually, when it starts peeling off, because it's going to peel off here, it's actually almost translucent. See that effect? Now if you had put too much paint with it, you'd end up with a solid piece like that. Now although we'll still use this because it's nice and flexible to use, what we really want is we want it to be see-through, like that, where you can actually see through it. I'm going to leave this dry just a little bit longer. While we're waiting for that, I'm going to just put a brush of some of this brown over my doll, just to take away that stark white color, and just put a bit of a cream over her. You know, a creamy color always just antiques something a little bit more. So just want to get a little bit more colour. And then I'm going to... Right. I'm pretty happy with her now. I'm not going to fiddle with her very much more, because the more we fiddle, of course, the more we tend to mess things up. So, whilst that's busy drying, I'm going to show you how to put your frame on your mirror. Now you'll see we use mirror card. 2 reasons. A real mirror would in fact break, and it's not a clever idea. But you don't see very much of the mirror when we in fact put our ghost on. You really don't see much of it. So there was no point in putting a real mirror card there. Okay, so we're going to use some of our tacky glue. And a nice generous helping of tacky glue over this. There we go. A bit more here. And if you can, put something heavy on your frame just to get it to stick to your piece of cardboard. Now you'll see I'm actually going to work with the white one for a reason, because with the see-through one you actually can't see on the DVD what I'm doing. So I'm going to use this one for now, and we'll upload both versions of it just now. Now you can actually tear this. It's almost like a plastic. And you can start pulling pieces out, and when you sort of pinch them together, that piece will stick again as well. Make sure your hands are clean when you're doing this. And I really just started stretching mine out and pulling it into a thinner sheet. Careful it doesn't break. And then I started sticking it onto my doll. Now you can allow for it to crumple, for want of a better way of putting it. So let's actually crumple it up. And then start seeing how it falls into its own movement almost. Everyone is going to be different, because you're going to find each person will do this but differently. Now I want to just take it into sort of thinner strips right now, and I want a piece to go around it. The nice thing about this is you can stretch it and start pulling it. And as you start working it, you will just sort of hold it in place. When you've got it into a form that you quite like what it's doing at that particular moment, I want to just take a dot of glue and just put a dot of glue there and let it settle into that crevice. Okay, let's do a dot of glue here on her head. Remember, your glue is going to dry clear, so you can actually do quite a lot with her. You really can crumple it up, tweak it, as I keep talking about, and tweak it into some sort of form. Now remember, this one is very white because I put too much white paint in, but I needed to do that so that you could actually see what we were doing. Now you can start sort of crunching it on her head, almost like you would hair. And again, start pulling another piece. Remember, we're going to use one very long piece just now for almost like a scarf around her head. So let's just pull this out a bit. Don't worry if you get holes, it just really adds to the character. To just really end these end pieces nice and okay. And again, just a little bit of glue to hold it onto the doll for now. And already you can see how your white is starting to form around her. Now, if you've done it with the clear, and I'm going to in fact do the clear over this just now so that you can see, you'll see that you get very much more wispy edges than what we've got on this solid one. Because I've got so much paint in here, it's actually formed a slightly different effect. But let's continue and see how we go. You see how you're getting that three-dimensional effect as you're going round? Let's just put that on her head a little bit softer. And that is basically what we're going to do. Now I'm going to take this off because I want to do it with the translucent see-through one, but I need to take this off before I can do that.